YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, I know, but I am back now, and I really wanted to do this video because my last video got so much traction. And in today's video I'll be telling you guys 10 reasons why you should move to Kent. And it seems like people are really interested in the area Kent, and loads of people from London and different parts of the UK are wanting to move and looking at different areas. So I'm gonna do like a little segment about Kent and just give you guys all the information that I know. So hopefully this video is of use. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Jennifer is on, and my content is beauty related, fashion related, house related, just anything that I feel like talking about will be on this channel. Thank you for sticking with me, and yeah, let's get started. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, make sure you hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos, and just like and comment because it really helps with my videos. Reason number one is, in Kent there's so many great grammar schools. If you are a young family, or you are a couple who are looking to get married or looking to start a family and want to move outside of London and worried about schools and stuff, Kent have really amazing grammar schools. Some of the grammar schools that are around Kent: Gravesend Grammar School, you've got Wilmington Grammar School for girls, and then you've got Wilmington Grammar School for boys. You've also got Simon Longston Grammar School for boys as well. So that's just some of them. The second reason why you should move to Kent is the commute. So a lot of people that move to Kent are from London and they work in London. Everyone knows that all the jobs are in London, inner city London. And if you move to Kent, depending on where you live, you have great transport links. So you've got trains that go to London, Victoria, you've got Charing Cross, you've even got trains that go to Luton. So Sevenoaks have trains that go direct to Blackfriars, and that takes approximately 43 minutes. If you are in an area like Tunbridge, you can get a train to London Bridge, and that takes no more than about 50 minutes. Sorry, I'm looking down, it's because I'm reading from my notes. Other locations include Folkestone. You can get a fast train from Folkestone straight to King's Cross St Pancras, and that takes less than an hour as well. So again, you've got great transport links if you're based in Sevenoaks, based in Dartford, Gravesend, Folkestone, Tunbridge. Really easy for you to get to London. So that's another reason why you should move to Kent. That's reason number two. The third reason why you should move to Kent is it's got great shopping centres. If you are someone that likes to shop and you don't want to go into London all the time, you've got places like Lakeside, you've got places like Bluewater, you've got Ashford International, which is a really great shopping centre. It's not really a shopping centre, or is it? It's a bit like Bicester Village. So you've got like, what are they called? Not department stores, like outlets. You've got designer outlets. So a bit like Bicester Village, Ashford have designer outlets. You don't get all the designer that Bicester get. So you don't get the Gucci and Fendi and the YSL, but there are, you know, there are brands like Ralph Lauren. You may have Adidas and a few others. I don't think many people know, but in Lakeside they actually have a new Harrods department store. So if you want luxury beauty, luxury perfume, you can still get that without going into London. I went there a couple of days ago and I loved it. I bought so much stuff. It's like a mini Harrods but for beauty. You've got loads of brands. You've got Huda Beauty, you have Anastasia Beverly Hills, you've got NARS, you've got such big brands. You've got loads of perfumes, designer perfumes, you've got Kilian, you've got Francis Kurkdjian, so many different perfume, Dior. So if you want the luxury feel and you like beauty and cosmetics and perfumery, then you're not missing out being in Kent. You can get those things. The fourth reason why you should move to Kent is that it's first time buyer friendly. In Kent, there's still loads of land, there's loads of new developments, and it's great for if you're looking to get on a ladder and you're contemplating on getting on schemes like Help to Buy, shared ownership, you can really get houses that can offer you those options in Kent. Like I mentioned, Kent is still an area where it's still developing. There's so many new builds, so many people reselling their new builds. So if you are looking to get on a ladder but can't afford a deposit and want to use a government funded scheme, then Kent do have houses and flats available that welcome those type of schemes. So if you are a if you are a first time buyer and you're looking for a new build property, then Kent is definitely a place where you should consider. The fifth reason why you should consider moving to Kent, this is for my business owners, my entrepreneurs. If you're looking for office space or just shared office space, then Kent really are starting to offer that, and I can imagine the prices are really competitive because not a lot of people know about it. So if you need sort of warehouse space, if you are a small business looking for shared office space, then Kent can provide you with that. I live just near a new office space that has been built, and I never knew it was there, and I've now opened up a small little Jamaican cafe, and basically he's doing really well because everyone basically just goes down to his cafe to have lunch. So he's making a lot of money, and it is a nice office space. It's not noticeable. The location is okay, but you can definitely miss it. It's on the corner of a road, but there is a lot of office spaces, a lot of warehouse spaces, and the prices are going to be so much more cheaper than if you were to get the same office space but in London. You don't even have to be considering moving to Kent. You don't have to want to move to Kent, but if you're looking for competitive office space, then definitely check out Kent. So reason number 6 is moving to Kent is good if you're looking for change, but not looking for change. In certain places of Kent, you're so close to London. So you still can get the London feel depending on where you live in Kent. And for some people, they've lived in London all their life and don't want to change, but want a change. And moving to Kent isn't too drastic. So if you are someone who wants to move out of London but still wants the London feel and doesn't want a really drastic move, then Kent is a good sort of stepping stone for that. Now, the deeper you go into Kent, obviously it gets really different. People live differently. It could be something so simple as like finding a shop after 9 o'clock. The deeper you get into Kent, you might not get that. But if you stay on the borders of Kent, so edging towards Kent and London, then you really don't feel a difference. And that could be really good for those people who still love London, still want the London feel, but don't want to move completely out, but still want to be out, if that makes sense. So before moving to any area, safety is really important. Definitely when I moved, I done my research and I checked the crime rates and I checked the safety levels and the burglaries and the robberies. A really good thing about Kent in terms of safety is that out of all the counties, Kent ranks 10th in England in terms of safety. It's beaten places like East Sussex, Devon, Suffolk, in terms of overall safety. So if you are a family and you're worried about safety, then Kent is quite a safe place. Now I will say Kent isn't somewhere where there's a lot of crime, but there is a lot of car burglaries, which is crime. But if you're gonna get any type of crime, it will be car burglaries. We get a lot of reports of people's cars being missing and things like that. So that is something to consider. It's not all rosy, I'm gonna be honest with you. But the good thing about Kent is that there's a lot of cameras. It's a really great community. A lot of people talk amongst each other, and criminals get caught really quickly here. There's so much CCTV cameras. I'm actually part of a group called Next Door, and it's people around my particular area. And if there's been a carjacking or a car robbery, there's usually CCTV footage. So it's not like London where there's cameras everywhere, but none of them work. These cameras do work. They are cameras that are owned by the residents, so they are working, and it just makes you feel reassured that people are you know, people have things in place to ensure that if crime happens, then there's a likelihood that the people committing the crimes do get caught eventually. So safety is another good reason why you should move to Kent. So reason number 8 is Kent is becoming really multicultural. Again, it depends where you live in Kent, but the closer you live to London, then you will find people of different ethnicities. So you'll find Black people, Asians, Indians, Nigerians, South Africans, Jamaicans, like so many different people. And you will find that they do or have lived in London and they decided to move out and buy property here when it was much cheaper. And yeah, they've settled here nicely. They've opened up shops, they've opened up restaurants and takeaway places, so you don't feel isolated. Sometimes, again, like being from an ethnic minority background, coming to a place like Kent can be a bit daunting, especially if you've never lived outside of London before. But I actually have lived outside London, especially for university, so I wasn't too scared or worried about it. And I also drove, which means that I could easily just drive back into London if I wasn't like happy here or I was getting bored here. So it is changing, and I do feel like in a couple of years Kent is going to look very different, and it's going to look different in a really positive way. So do your research. There's still parts of Kent that haven't developed in that way yet, but I do feel like things are slowly changing. And where I live in Kent, there is a mixture of people. So I see a lot of people who are Black. I see a lot of people who are especially Asians. I see a lot of Asians. And it's just nice to see people who come from different backgrounds. And yeah, you just don't feel like you've moved out of London. So reason number 9 for moving to Kent is that I personally think that Kent is a really great travel hub. So depending on where you live in Kent, there's so many places that you could go to travel within Europe. So for example, where I live, I'm really close to Gatwick Airport. I'm really close to Folkestone, so I can get the Eurotunnel into like Calais or France or Belgium or whatever. I can also take the Eurostar from Ashford International straight to France. But yeah, that was point number 9. So really great travel hub, especially if you're traveling in sort of like European countries like France, Calais, Belgium, places like that. The last reason why you should move to Kent is that it's got less competition in terms of jobs. Now, you might not get the like corporate office jobs that you may get in London, but if you are sort of young and you want to get into like a warehouse job or just want like a weekend job or a retail job, many people from London won't travel to Kent to work. The job market in Kent is not that competitive. There's loads of companies now that are moving outside of London to sort of set up shop, and therefore office jobs are starting to come about, and especially in construction. There's a lot of construction jobs now that are based in Kent. The parking in Kent when you work is amazing. It's not like London where you basically can't drive into London anymore. If you are working in Kent, you're guaranteed a place to park, which is amazing. The opportunities that are here at the moment, you're more than likely to have a better chance to get in work here than you are in London, because the job market here is not as competitive. So those are my 10 reasons why you should move to Kent. I hope this video was helpful. Let me know if you want other videos surrounding the topic of Kent and moving. I really like these videos and I hope that they're helpful for you guys who are considering moving. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comment section. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want more content, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.